you know what, you're going to get, I mean, obviously, sir, you're valiant to stand up, to speak out. I commend you. I just want you to know my listeners have heard about this ever since I got on the air 12 years ago, because would you be surprised to know, sir, there's actually hundreds of professors that have written similar papers?
Well, yes, I would be. Obviously, I need to research it, but I've been so flooded with emails for 2 days, I barely had time to eat supper.
But, I mean, obviously, you haven't confirmed that yet, but I assure you that's the case. But doesn't, what I'm saying, isn't that mirrored by the 95% standing lavishment?
I think the standing ovation told me a whole lot more than I ever want to know about the some in the scientific community. I'm deeply, deeply disturbed. That's why I've written very strongly worded protests to the Academy. I'm being ignored. I've demanded they do something immediately to repudiate this. They told the newspaper they had no comment. That's the illustrious Texas Academy of Science leadership. 24 members on a board of directors. My latest letter to them, with all their email addresses, I've been instructed to put that in the Citizen Scientist that will be there on Friday afternoon.
Forrest M. Mims, the third chairman of the Environmental Science section of the Texas Academy of Science, also the editor of several very popular online scientific publications. We have links to those all at Infowars.com. Sir, you have fallen down deeper into the rabbit hole, and as more of you do, as more good people who have souls do, I think you're going to find out things that you didn't want to learn. You're going to discover what I and others have discovered. And it is up to us, the rational, sane people that believe that all humans deserve a right to control their destinies, to reach ever higher and upward, and that we have to defend the human species, sir, against these nihilistic, look, it happened with the Romans, it happened with the Egyptians, it happened with the Aztecs. Elites always go crazy through decadence. They always go nuts, and there's always a type of death cult that develops if you've studied your anthropology. And sir, this mass psychosis is upon us.
Well,
now
I would say you didn't know what you're talking about, except for one thing. I interviewed the student who became a convert in 45 minutes. Sir, you were absolutely correct. There are people out there willing to do this.
Well, last night I spent 3 hours after I wrote an article with Paul Watson on this, and I was all over blogs everywhere saying they call him God. They call him all sorts of, I'm not kidding, folks, God. And they're all over, and then I went and read the student comments at the end of each semester on the UT website saying, I agree with him, we've got to kill everybody, I want to start now, we've got to kill. I mean, this is sick.
Hey, all those web pages have been saved by various reporters in case he's pulled them down.
Yeah, a bunch of, in fact, I would be on a site and then hit refresh, sir, it'd be gone.
Oh, well, we've got it. We've got it.
What does that say that they're pulling them?
I don't know. I don't know if Bianca's doing it or the university is doing it, but I don't blame them.
And by the way, folks, these are not going down because of server problems. UT has entire buildings full of servers. The main server root directories are all up. They have been deleting, and it even says that on their message. They're too dumb to not know how to fix that. It actually shows that they're deleting it. The message tells you that.
Listen, I'm getting some very important emails I need to attend to, and the other phone is ringing. So I'm going to have to go. I'll be glad to answer more questions perhaps some other time.
You're going to a conference in L.A. Can I get you back on next week, sir?
Let's do it. I'll be attending the National Science Teachers Annual Convention in Anaheim Thursday through Saturday.
Well, sir, no one can say that you haven't, by standing up, forced people to cover this, and no one would have ever known 10 years ago without the Internet. You saw the AP block it. So Godspeed. We appreciate you and your colleagues. There are several others that are now calling for this guy to get in trouble and calling for him to have his award revoked. And we certainly commend you, and we'll talk to you in the near future.
Thank you, sir.
God bless. Well, you heard him. He can't disagree with me. The mainstream editor of several newspapers, one of the chairpersons of the largest state science association, and there are now people part of the National Association of Scientists, the National Academy freaking out, and he's right here in Austin giving speeches. He's at Lamar University outside Austin, and I told you. How many years have you listened? You wouldn't check out what I said. You'd snicker and giggle, some of you. Oh, I've seen so many websites. Alex makes it up when you won't check out what I say. There's a former UT professor right here in town that attacks me and says I make this up. Alex says they're going to kill 90% of us. Well, you put that in your pipe and you smoke it, you nut. Because this is the type of stuff I deal with When I look at my children, I was actually, yesterday when I learned of this newest thing, I was actually almost frantic. I was walking around, I was outside, I started sweating, I was getting angry, because I know they're coming for us. They're coming for us. It's their excuse to take our land, to put us in slave pits, put us in work camps. This is what they're going to do. This is what do you understand? They're going to spray you. Hey folks, Alex.